Alright team, ladies and gents, boys and girls, one and all, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to another edition of the London Session. As always guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Once again, looking forward to seeing what we can come up with moving forward here today on the gold. It's been a fantastic week, personally. Had a nice win today, once again, during the Asian session, in, of course, the interruption play. This time my own signal, I didn't wait for the members to send it in. I did, however, share it with the members while I was looking at well and truly prior to the entry. Played out quite well, but we are looking at what we can come up with moving forward here today. Have a fair idea what I want to look for at the minute. Share that with you guys shortly. In the meantime, if you could, make sure, please do hit that like button. It's really important if you guys can hit that like button for me. Any charts, any questions that you'd like me to look at, please feel free to pop those into the chat. But without further ado, guys, let's get down to business. Let's start with the news and see what we've got in the way of news. Just its face is there every single day now. Schedule-wise, well, it is a big day. Obviously, we do have ADP and core retail sales to come for the US dollar, and ISM manufacturing PMI. That is all to come during the MI session. But as far as our session here today, as per norm, not really much going on. But once again, need to keep finger on the pulse because anything could break at any point in time. All right, guys, let's have a look at the gold, and let's start with that weekly time frame. And what we can see is, once again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the week, the probabilities were that if we broke the high of that previous candle after creating a bit of a low wick, that we would or could continue to push bullish, and that's what we have done so far. Onto the daily time frame. Daily's also pulled away from a level of support / consolidation. And the daily and weekly, we do have some pretty clean traffic all the way back up towards that 5K region. Let's mark in the current day's low, and let's mark in the current daily candle's high. Seeing we do have a higher low, higher high to the previous candle, we were to now continue bullish, and there really isn't that much of a need for us to pop back down and break our own low. So we'll see if there is any opportunities for perhaps a sell below the current daily candle's low. Onto the 4 hour, and we are still technically bearish, but we are now at the last significant lower high. So we are testing that point where the structure would flip back bullish if we finally close back above. So we're going to mark that level in. We'll adjust it shortly. The downside, this is the most recent support, so we'll mark that in far off it. Let's go down to the all important M15 time frame. So bullish, bearish so far. 15-minute is bullish, and we did pop back down to the last significant higher low here, only to respect it. So just gonna mark in some minor support. I'm gonna use all that. I'm gonna adjust those zones to the upside. Let's just zoom out for a minute. Let's just see what we've got here to the left. All right, so pretty clean traffic within this zone. So I'm just gonna perhaps do this and see what that looks like to the upside. So, all right, perfect. So we're gonna just shift this horizontal. We want it to be now above that resistance for any sort of continuation buy. So that level is 47.35. We are at the 4 hour resistance. So if we were to look for buys, it's either going to be on a pullback or above that particular level. Let's just remove this zone, seeing we are a distance off it. Now, just quickly, guys, what I am looking at. So for the buys, so let's remove that as well. Interruption. We've got a delayed interruption here in the M15. That is what I'm currently looking at. It lines up pretty much with that support as well. So we are approaching with a bit of steam right now. So for me, I'd be looking for the interruption buy. Otherwise, if it sweeps through that, what I'm also going to be looking for is potential bounce off that support and look for some sort of price action catalyst from that level around that 46.60 to 70, that sort of region. Break the Asian range low, only to pop back above it. If that was to be the case, there's a high probability that we would continue to push back bullish. So that's what I'll be looking at for the potential buys so far, guys. As far as sells, I would prefer it to pop back up higher and try to sell high, so trade the 4 hour range. So pretty obvious, if it does pop up high and we do get signs of rejection, once again, I'll be looking for a price action catalyst for a potential sell opportunity. So if we sweep the Asian range high, opposite to the buys, then only to pop back below it, in my opinion, that would be a pretty good opportunity to take a potential sell on the gold. So that's just a quick update, guys. So buy limits are valid at the level on my broker's chart is 46.81.59. 46.81.59. Your stop loss would be below that particular bearish candle itself. And that's what I'm currently looking at, team. Hopefully it makes sense. To my members, here is a link for you guys to quickly join. It's already had a nice win during the Asian session based off the 1 hour interruption. Secured 45 pips in the end on that one. Pushed for around, I think, close to 80 before rejected again. What I say was the entry? 46.81.59. $46.81.59 is that interruption, delayed interruption. Now I'm gonna wait for this candle to close, because what I've noticed, if we don't tag in but we close very close to the entry, then a lot of time it creates an upper wick first. It will push through the interruption, then through the stop loss. So, however, if it pops straight down to create a lower wick, it's a fantastic entry. So if we don't get triggered in, so I'm not going to take it on this candle, we're going to wait 35 seconds. What would be ideal is if the new candle opens up, breaks the lower wick, straight bearish, axis in, and then begins to flip. Alright, so again guys, I've got the order ready, my MagicKeys, but I've not set the actual order itself. I want to see how this candle closes. I really want to leave a little bit of a wick as well. Alright, nice one. So now let's see if it creates a slow wick. Ooh, it's popped pretty much straight up. I mean, still valid. How close did it get? Got within about 24 pips. Yeah, look, it's valid, guys, but just go for I'd go for a lower risk. So looking at delayed IC entry. $46.81.59. Alright, meantime, YouTube, welcome one and all. Michael Hughes, g'day to you. Jim, morning to you. Dave Lewis, g'day to you. Franco, good morning. It's going crazy. So, oh, is it? Is it really? Just hold on. Oh, I've got the norm. I've got about between 0.8 and a pip and 1. 1.2 roughly. Oh god, don't tell me it's just going to bounce from this level. Alright. So now the other slight concern is that it didn't quite trigger in, got me in about 12 pips by the looks of it. It's pulling back to create upper wick. Is this just a bit of an upside liquidity grab in order to push further back down to the support? That is a little bit of concern. So that's something I've seen happen quite regularly of late on gold, where it will pull back quite significantly, and if it does in fact flip again, it tends to actually make quite a strong move, in this case to the downside. So look, I'll keep it in for the time being. But I'd want to be pretty quick to manage it. Shall I go live on Tickety Talk? It was only short. Franco, yeah, sometimes that happens. It tends to happen more on silver than gold. TikTok, g'day to you guys. Looking at a delayed interruption entry here on the gold. So I've got a buy limit set 46.81.59. But I'm just watching it a bit in a minute. May need to remove the order shortly. Just wanting this candle to create a lower wick trigger in. It's tapped into the high of that bearish candle. I didn't quite tap in though to that level and has since bounced. So kept it in for the time being. LXX, thank you for sharing the live. Any questions, TikTok, feel free to ask. Let's try to keep it friendly. Already been tapped into. Ooh, jeez. I guys know this bloody entry better than I do. Double take, I mean, it does work, but it's technically not really supposed to be taken. I was at the gym when that was happening, otherwise I definitely would have looked at it. He is right, it's technically not valid because it's already been tapped into, but some of the guys have been taking it on the double take and it's been working quite well. Someone within the same candle have been taking it in double take, taking it as it taps into the wick, securing some profit as it pops up, pops back down, they take it, taps into the body, tends to bounce off that point too, they secure some profit, and then not really bothered by what happens next. Words will get to you. Alright, so technically he is correct. Technically it should not be valid. To follow my rules, guys, so I'm gonna wait and see. Wait and see if we pop back down. It's all good. There is no rush. I didn't even say that, Jesus. Alright, anyway, let's have a look at German 40. I've not looked at that. Let's use the flag. Let's do a quick top down weekly. Alright, so has now got a high, low, high, high, and we're pulled back very far into that previous weekly candle wick, so candle probability is now being bullish. So what we'll be looking at is within this weekly candle where we could potentially pull back to form support, head back up. Now daily, similar to gold, is a high, low, higher, high. It's just hovering above that previous daily high. Let's mark in the low of that previous day's candle. But now to continue bullish, there is not much of a need for us to pop back down and break our own low. Potential for a 4-hour interruption, but that is just under 3 hours away from being confirmed. That would be really good because it lines up with resistance here to the left. It's something to keep a bit of an eye out on. Otherwise, there's that. It's going to answer 15. Actually, 4 hours, let's see structure-wise. Still technically bearish the way I say it. As long as it remains below this point, it's going to be bearish in structure. 15 is technically bullish, so similar to gold, it's 3 versus 1. So the bias will be bullish, but similar to gold, you ask yourself where you are on the chart, and right now it's right up against resistance. So let's see if we can adjust this zone though. It could be, is any clean traffic within it? All right, you got that. You could add a few zones in here actually, because there is some pretty clean traffic from within. I'd be waiting for the interruption on this. If I trade it, that would be an interruption. So the close is pretty much like so. Buy limit, have that bearish candle, stop loss below the low. That is the play I'd be looking at if I did trade German 40. Otherwise, just literally wait for a pullback. One hour interruption entry during the Asian session today. That was a quick one. Start to market execute on one of these interruptions as opposed to setting the limit order. So I actually got very little drawdown in this one. It triggered in just above the body in the end. About halfway between the body and wicks. I had a bit of drawdown, but not breakdown. I think it was about 30 pips. But that was valid, that worked well. Let's use the lag. But sorry, can you please explain that again on gold, why it's not valid? This has already been retested. 3 interruptions already been tapped into. But on the continuation interruption, which is my actual favorite interruption, they're the, in my opinion, the highest probability ones, but I wasn't on the chart for that. I was well before the stream. So off the back of that, some of my team still double take. I'll take the continuation and the delayed. In accordance to the course, which I put together, my rules, I don't take the the double take on it. Not at the moment, because I don't have the data to back it up. But if I eventually have enough data to back it up, then I will start to take the double take on the interruptions. Doesn't look like it's going to tap in, to be honest. A lot of the time when you see it making a move like this, where it gets so close but it bounces and not where you could have taken profits, it tends to come back down, so I find it's not as probable. So if you don't get tagged in on the first approach, which got close to here, I think it was about 12 pips. TikTok, let me say g'day to all of you, welcome. Don't forget to smash that screen for me and make sure to follow all that stuff. Tim Friend, aka SDC Train, Germany. Thailand. Tuza, g'day to you. M. Herbert, good morning. I had to buy at 46.80. Nice one, man. Apologies about yesterday. I accidentally blocked you. Got caught up in his Telegram bloody signal group service crap. It was unfortunate. You blocked the wrong person. Quickly realized that. Nice one, mate. 46.80. Yeah, that's where I would have wanted to be in, to be honest. Just a bit above it, this interruption. Had I been on the charts. To be honest, I probably wasn't even, I think I just got in around there. First session back at the gym for about 1 to 2 weeks, I think it was. So we got some shoulder facts that could plug in the TikTok. Nah, I accidentally ended your stream, but not. But all good now. Lucky I quickly realized. Right, what else could we potentially be looking at? In all honesty, I probably would love it to make the move down now. 46, 68 roughly, or just pop straight up to 47, 24, 25 and see how price reacts to it. And even if that's not going to happen, it's going to say if we get interruption just here, but not going to happen in 40 seconds by the looks of it. Tuza, I'm beginner for trader. You can tell me tricks. Just watch the stream, mate. I can't just go through 9 years of trading in 2 minutes, so you'll pick up a lot by watching the stream. Otherwise, check out this website. Just put .com at the end. It's a free one. It'll help with terminology and so on and so forth. It's good for beginners. Google's go to you. So we closed bullish, strong bullish, no upper week, lower high, lower low to the previous candle. No catalyst off the back of that for an entry, so still waiting game. Twos are all good, mate, all good. Viewers thinking of sells around 47.12. Your thoughts? 47.12. Yeah, when this is all one area of resistance, so yeah, it could react to that bearish wick. I would preference it popping up a little bit higher to the grey zone here, 47.24 roughly. But look, if it does reject and give me some sort of reason, you know, in regards to price action catalyst, then I will consider it. Also, from really anywhere from around that 47.08 sort of region, 850. But it's also as long as the wick doesn't come back and go below the high of the interruption. No, well, it has to tap into it, otherwise it won't be triggered in. Just can't be triggered in. Like prior to, I mean, it's already been tapped into here on this candle. So you can't, in accordance to the rules, or you can, but I don't start to back up whether it's probable or not. Look for the delayed attempt on it as well. So if it's already tapped into once, irrespective if you took it or not, if you're on the charts, I wouldn't take this one. So I don't have the data to back it up. Rancing beam. We'll stay where we've been. Away, mate. Still am away, but I was on stream, been on stream all this week. Wurzel, got it. Nice one, mate. Yeah, so just kind of like, again, you could not have, whether you were on the charts for it or not, if it would have been triggered in once, I don't take it on the second approach. Again, some of my guys do. but I'm, very rule based and also data driven before I actually implement taking a type of trade. I want to have the data to back it up that it works. There's a probability that's at least that 70 sort of percent, 60 plus, but for the most part they end up all being around that 80 plus percent. For some of a favorable probability of being on the right side of things. And we'll collapse. Do you trade breakouts? Just analyzing charts and see a good entry. Do trade, bro. I trade anything that ticks the box in accordance to my plan and my entry criteria. So it just depends how we're approaching, where we are on the charts. Right now, there is no breakout because you're right in the middle of the range. Breakout will be creating a high in an uptrend or low in a downtrend. So we're right in the middle of the range, so there is no breakouts to be taken. Right now, I'm looking to trade the range. At the minute, we're right in the middle. So unless I get some sort of signal like an interruption signal, similar to that one there that it's already been tapped into, I need to simply probably wait at this point for it to either come back up or down and see how price reacts to those levels. If we shoot below it, it could be options below it. If we shoot above it, possibilities for options above it. I just need to chill. There's also when it taps in, is there a specific depth into interruption candle, which, no, if it taps in, it's you're triggered in. So the entry is, generally speaking, at the high in this case of the interruption, or in the down, you're looking for a sell low of the bullish candle. So it's just, that's it, that's the entry. Your stop loss is below the interruption itself. It's the only way you can really manage it. It's usually the candle prior to it that has, in this case, a high, you could say might just cut it, break slow of that candle. It's difficult in regards to managing it, to be honest. All my other entries have a more technical way of managing the trade. Sometimes I just tend to cut at least half if it's pushing into significant drawdown, just to minimize the exposure on the table. But yeah, the entry, look, a lot of time of late, I've been just market executing as price approaches, and a lot of time I've been getting in right near the actual low of the approach. So I've been timing it really well. So it tends to pop down. Sometimes it just literally reacts to the high of that interruption candle. Sometimes it'll pop down towards the body of it. Again, some of my guys have orders set for the high and orders set for the body. I tend to look on stream, I limit, or actually Monday I market executed on the interruption, and I took the continuation as well. That was a sell stop order, but the interruption I just market executed. So yeah, I just, for the most part, will have the limit order set, but sometimes I just choose to market execute and watch how price approaches. A lot of time it will perhaps drop a couple pips into the wick itself and then begin to bounce, but either way, it's a really strong entry. There's all no need to apologize, mate. All good. The dog keeps coming in and out. I'll make up its mind where it wants to be. UAE bans Iranian citizens. Notice what platform is that? Of this TradingView, mate. Sure, I've seen you in the chat before. Something you probably should know. Oh, the news platform. Apologies. Glint Trade. GLINT. There's no delayed interruption here because I've tapped into the target here. It's too close to that target. So right now, this is all right. Let's see if it pops up higher. Susa, thank you for sticking, mate. Notice all good. Yeah, it's interesting. It just basically goes to all the news outlets around the world and some crypto app. Just be careful with it. Got some funny features. You can trade the markets and the news markets, what's going to happen next, and you probably really should, but you know, the war and that type of thing. But do you trust it? It's up to you if you want to connect the wallet. I personally haven't connected a crypto wallet of any sort. Well, it's reset to 40, 90 allows us to go much higher. Just brutal flush. Not flush, maybe not, you know. Yeah, I do believe it's also healthy because it had been just basically on a moonshot, both gold and silver. Look, again, a lot of analysts I respect and listen to suggest the bottom's in. Some are still saying we've got 37 or 35 still to come yet. At the end of the day, all we do is just trade what we see. So I'm not a swing trader. I am an accumulator of metals. That's obviously not trading purposes. That's just for future. But be careful not to use the I word. So this was good. The pullbacks allowed me to get involved, buy some physical at a much cheaper price. And I've still got full conviction that both gold and silver are under the odds at the minute. They are going to go much higher. Long term way, Matt? No, I agree. Totally agree. So that's the thing. As an accumulator, again, I'm not using the artworks. I'll probably get a ban on TikTok. It's fine because you don't need to sell it. It's not. You're not leveraged. It's not paper trading. Won't get a margin call on it. It's physical metal. It's if you own it in your possession. Should see it as a good thing if it goes down. It gives you more chance to get in, especially if you are accumulating it and then you do believe in it long term. So you shouldn't be put off at all by these sort of flushes, these big drops. Most of the best savings matrix it is. It's physical. It's real. It's not copy printed. It can be, but it's fake, isn't it? 3D printing. People can be fooled very easily though. So I need to purchase from a reputable bullion dealer wherever you are around the world. I definitely did my homework on it. And for the most part, where I buy my physical bullion, they'll give me spot price without question. As long as they can confirm it's the real stuff, which is 100% it is, they'll give me spot price, whatever the value is that day. But I'm not interested in selling it anyway. So. But it's just good to know. thing is with the gold and silver, what do you sell into? Into a currency that just continues to be worth less and less. Like the old saying says, he who owns the gold, and I would say silver as well, are the ones that create the rules. Little 5-minute interruption there. Traded a 5-minute interruption once or twice. It actually did work. But again, it's not one I've got the actual data to back it up, whether it's worth it or not. So in the minute, I would like these things just to pop up that bit higher and give me a sell signal. Alright, I know some of my guys will be keen on this, and I will be pretty keen on it too. That's definitely not been tapped into. The FOIA delayed interruption to the upside here. But in 3.5 hours, it could be a buy interruption. If this closes strong, it'd be great if it closes through the resistance and then buy a limit behind that bearish candle on the next H4. I got a crazy move in German 40. Yeah, look at that. Nice little delayed interruption though, for later. No wicks as well, no up wick, no low wick, no low wick here. Yeah. That's the only. Up 545. Just gold, mate. Sometimes silver, but rarely. Cool, thank you. Make self. And I know if I'm patient enough, gold will reward. When it happens, who knows? It happened during the Asian session today. For the most part, Asian session is the best session to trade gold. To be honest, I think by far and away, it's the best session to trade gold. NY is too influenced by news events. Definitely got volume, but a lot of it again is based on news events. London, for the most part, just back forward all over the shop. The Asian session isn't always trend, but I tend to get some really nice confirmations during the Asian session. A lot of the guys and I in the group, the Aussie guys more so, usually buying some good entries during that time of day. Laura, one of the members yesterday, smashed it with 3 interruptions during the Asian session. Unreal, all were valid. I mentioned on stream, I just wasn't on the charts for it. I've managed to get a hold of 1 today, so a good start to new month. Fantastic March, and it's been my best year yet. Return line's been really good. Still not had a losing week, in all honesty, guys. Not have one losing week. The week before I stopped the stream, when I was traveling, I was 1-1. I was in the slight drawdown from the Friday, like basically break even, and then we took a trade on the Friday on a members only stream. It was a win, and that was the closest I've been to being ending up in a loss for the week, but that ended up being a win as well. Behind headwind volatilities before London Open. Yeah, I mean, it's like when it moves in some clear direction, it gives us some confirmation rather than just chopping about. Here, just into shorts. I wish you luck. I hope it works well for you. The OT. No idea what the OT stands for, to be honest, mate. Excuse my ignorance, but I don't know all trading terminology. I just know what I know. OT, it's probably a fancy word for something that I trade or know, but I call it something totally different. Look for DAX. I had a look at it before. It's pumping. There's not much you can do with it at the minute. I do why, mate. Internet speed's so much better here, but for some reason it lags when I stream. Sorry, guys. The cables are fried from all the heat. Come on. Sorry, guys. Pretty sure you guys are still there. It's not affecting the actual streams. It's just the chart won't work. here, stands for optimal trade entry. Use different trade. Oh, okay, fair enough. And we'll collapse. Just start a funded account. Here we go. I'm back. Alright, we'll just stick to gold. Just start a funded account in challenge right now. Any tips? Trading on breakouts or resistance. Have a plan. Have a what you're willing to risk over a day. You've got obviously some strict parameters you need to follow. So have a plan of maybe 2 trades a day or something, and split your risk up between the 2 trades. Do your analysis and only trade when it ticks the box. Don't for the sake of it, because you want to knock off a challenge, trying to justify taking entry and get destroyed. Then you get pissed off, so you take another entry, you get destroyed again, and then next thing you know, your account's gone. So just trade the plan. That's what I do. I trade live funds. I just trade the plan. Simply wait. Yes, it's not exciting. Yes, it means a lot of time you're just sitting there doing absolutely nothing. You have no idea when it's going to present. Sometimes it presents when you're not on the charts. You just got to follow the plan, because you know off the back of that, your results, your data, it generally is going to work. So I know personally in a minute there isn't a great deal I can do where the price is currently at. I need to just wait patiently. Well, that's all good, mate. All good. It's the hardest part of trading is discipline and patience. Because everyone just focuses on dollar signs. Nice gold bouncing off that. Pause candle. It's alright. True that. Yes, I mean, I used to do it. We all fall for it. Even sometimes now, I see I like the profit on the table and a trade that I've got on a higher position size on it. I won't worry about how many pip profit it's in. I just close it. But you guys seen also when it goes against me how strict I am to cut it short before it, goes to potentially full stop loss. People losses fall. And to be honest, of late the wins have been pretty big. Been pretty big for the most part. So the volume on gold tends to get at 50 plus move very, very quickly. And for most part, left runner, on most occasions, it gets up to upwards of 100 plus pips, and that little runner position really, that's the bread and butter. See, to be honest, I see trading is like a game of chess, in all honesty. I wait for my opponent, which is basically it's just whatever gold's printing, the candles. Then I counter trade, what do you say? You know, it's not what I mean. I react to my opponent's move, and then I look to defeat my opponent by making the most of my edge. Sometimes it's an extremely quick game of chess, sometimes it's one that drags on, but sometimes a couple of days before you get a really quality entry. UAE gears up to join war on Iran, really. It appears they've had enough of being attacked by Iran. Yeah, that would be big, to be honest. Oil price tumbles and stock market soar and hopes Middle East war will end soon. Off the back of Trump saying that he envisages troops will be, or everyone will be removed within 2 to 3 weeks, which is, I think, just is in denial. There's no chance. But let's see if we can get an interruption here. I know we've got this week here, but I'd be prepared to ignore that and just focus on the resistance higher up. So if we get the interruption here, then we could have a valid entry for the open actually. So what I don't want to see is I don't want to tap into the 4-hour resistance or the zone I've got marked in anyway. Oh, it's going to do it. Alright, if that's the case, then we're obviously still going to be focused on potential sells from resistance at this rate. So I've rejected this area now multiple times, obviously more recently, but also back in towards the end of March, we rejected the same level. So let's see how price reacts to it. Get another confirmation of rejection and potential sells. Okay, that's been 1 minute. The giggles, am I selling? Not at the moment, mate. Potentially. There's no limit order set. There was no reason for me to set a limit order. So I'm looking for a confirmation from here of rejection. Then I could possibly be looking to sell. Within my course, there isn't actually a trade I could have probably looked at, but it's not a trade I take. One I observed and did take last year a bit and the year before. It's been a long time since I've taken it. It's very impulsive. It's just literally price approaching without a weakening opposite direction, tapping into around the midpoint of the zone and just executing. In this case, to sell. Not at the moment. I'm just waiting for see how price reacts. Now, for the inter option to be still valid here, we really need a strong close. We can be within this grey zone, but it has to be a really, really strong push into it. The concern with the interruption when it's at over resistance here and when you're looking for a buy is that it could reject the resistance and flush straight through it, and it ends up going through the stop loss, and back down we go. So let's see, still got just over 7 minutes remaining, so I could continue to push here. Firstly, so not just yet. Still contemplating some buys as well, to be honest. Man, g'day mate. Yep, give it a like. Thank you for the reminder. Guys, if you have not already done so, YouTube, make sure to hit that like button. And TikTok, don't forget to follow, all that stuff. Look me up on YouTube, because I don't always stream on TikTok. But YouTube, pretty much 4 days a week. To be honest, I would have streamed Friday, but Friday is obviously been Good Friday. The markets are closed in Asia. It's closed, so obviously in Australia. It's closed in Europe and England. Interesting though, it doesn't say it's closed in the US, which I'm pretty sure it would be though, for Good Friday. Doesn't mention it though. So obviously in New Zealand, Australia, Europe, England, NFP though. Yeah, so so for it to clear resistance, so it's a bit of space to next resistance, we want to close above 47.2762. Just to the left, that is the most recent resistance, closest to where we're at. Above it, we've got another level. So if we can close above this level, that will wipe out that zone within the zone, if that makes sense. which would then validate the interruption entry. As long as it doesn't tap into the highs of the zone, as long as it doesn't tap into start of this zone higher up, that point there, and start the zone higher up. Once close above this horizontal without tapping to this horizontal is basically what I'm saying. And then we will have a valid interruption on the M15 for a buy limit when London open. In Pepper, managed to get an interest. Yes, Asian session. 1 hour interruption, secured 45 pips on that. Did run for a bit more. I think got to like 80 or 90, but I wanted to go to the gym, so just closed the bag. Had very little drawdown. Had like I think 20 something pips or something, 30 max. So let's see. Once again, we want to close above this horizontal. And let me just adjust. Oh, how about I just do this? Make it easier to follow. Alright, once close above this one, without tapping into this one. So we've got just under 3 minutes to see if that can actually happen. Those are the rules. If there is to be a limit order set for London Open. Definitely 3-0 for this week. Been a great comeback to trading after about a week and a half off, roughly. Alright, last thing we want is for it to tap into this ray zone. So it's tapped into target. It's about to do it. Not quite yet, so that's alright. Now let's just say if it does and it just blows around these highs, then it will still be valid on the delayed interruption later on. So we'll worry about that a little bit later. My broker's chart tells me the highest point of that block candle is 47.12.6. 47.12.66. And Herbert, I did mention it, but it was during the Asian session. I did mention I was looking at just here. I usually call it in trader this section here. So I just explained what I'm looking at, but I don't always give the actual entry point because it's different on different brokers' charts. But today I actually just popped in here because I know there's not many on awake at that point. To be honest, the play the team have been the ones sending signals for me, saying that there's a valid interruption trade, is a valid this and that, and I quickly check the chart on my phone, whatever. I don't recommend trading off your phone. I see that it is join him, so it's been great to be honest. Alright, so it's not tapped in, so that's good. And we closed above, so far off it, but there is a valid interruption order now. And that level is, so I'm going to remove this zone because we've flushed through it. Broken the Asian range high. What we may do though is just get back to tap into it and bounce off that. But the actual valid entry is here. There isn't the entry which I've put together, and I haven't really checked out too much of gold. It works really well on GU. That's the Asian range high. You simply wait for a close above, and you buy a limit high at the Asian range in this case. But the issue will be stop loss is massive. You have to choose the counter trade the highest point. The stop loss has to be below that. So here, yeah, that's just quite cut it. You've got like that's huge. Way too big of a stop. 47.12.66 guys is where I will likely be about to place my buy limit. So the rules is for the interruption, if it flushes through the target, then it's valid again. If it stops, taps into a target and rejects it, the continuation is invalid. If it's lower down, then it's still valid on what we call the cluster or the delayed, just depends on how it forms. So again, these are terms that you're probably thinking, what the hell is the guy talking about? Just watch the stream, watch it on the regular, and you'll pick up on what I'm talking about. It's an entry, again, probably would have only heard of it on this stream, and we've been absolutely dominating with it. It's such a cracking entry. Camel Club stop loss has to be below the interruption itself, so it's about 100 pips in this case. It's how it is, guys. With the volume on gold in a minute, you've just got to, you know, accept the fact that you're going to have wider stop losses, so you just need to lower the lot sizes a bit. Someone's gone lens. Actually started later today, mate. 15 minutes later. Got really bullish. Yeah, I'm looking for some limit order buys here. Yeah, the only way you could really manage this trade is if it triggers in, breaks a lot of that bullish candle, you may consider cutting it there, or you just consider cutting half, just in case, because that would be in about 40 plus pip drawdown. You know, always look to see how I can manage a trade. Don't ever want to take a full loss. Alright, approaching a bit of steam. Alright, we're really approaching fast here at the moment. Looking for a reaction off that bearish candle high. Ooh, don't want it to react just before it though. Same thing applies to what I was looking at a little bit earlier down here. If it comes towards the last minute or two of this candle, then I will remove the order and wait to see how it closes and see how the new one opens. Oh, we're getting close. And Herbert, I put the limit was set, but you could market execute. It's promising setup. The Googles are, yeah, at the minute, I mean, it's got close, it's got within about 20 odd pips roughly, but it's bouncing at the minute. Sometimes this is what happens with lead interruption. So in a minute, it's just reacting a little bit above the interruption itself. So I'd love for it to try to make one more little drop, tag us in, and bounce again. Try to secure maybe, I don't know, it just depends. Probably get to break even at 30 plus pips and then try to secure around a 50 plus pip mark. Again, we're just bouncing just above it. Anything. But I haven't really in the next 3 minutes, otherwise I need to wait and see how the candle closes. Oh man. If it closes like this, it's still valid. I don't mind. Still want to close right near its low, not tag in. And if it creates an upward first, a chance to flush straight through it. If it closes near its low, creates a lower wick first, a chance to tag into it, and then pop back up. You can get to break even by then, consider securing something, then you're not too worried. Pops back down again. You still manage the trade already.
Franco and Silver, there is also an M15 IC by, yep, doesn't surprise me. Yeah, it's tagged in, it's in a bit of draw now. But that one's different. That didn't push through a resistance. That one is one I wouldn't take. Because you've literally closed, you've tapped in, you've rejected, you haven't closed through it. Gold, you've closed through it. That's the difference. Alright guys, 2 minutes. And wait, countdown's like the last minute. And I'll likely remove it, but have it ready so I can just, using my MagicKeys, reset it. If the volume candle, I just mark it, execute, the volume candle just drop straight down. Might look for it to even pop down a little bit further into the wick. Getting close again, who knows? Through in the next 20 seconds. And have the rejection slightly above, would it be worth putting the entry slightly lower? Just asking. The body. Body is another good point of entry. So you could layer in, to be honest. I may even market execute at the body. Alright, so 1 minute remaining. 1 minute 10 seconds. I am, by the looks of it, about to remove it. Yeah, so it's down to a minute. So I'm going to remove it, but get it ready for the exact same spot and just wait, maybe even market execute. New count creates a lower wick straight away. Awesome. 1266. Jesus, this thing is so close, right near the close of this candle. We got now, what, 15 seconds remaining. So what we don't want to see is this candle pop straight up. Pop straight down. I may market execute. It's popped a tiny bit up, that's alright. As long as it doesn't pop back up again. Alright, so limit order is set again. And I may market execute a little lower down. Oh, tapped into it, it's not triggered in. No, it's not what I want to see. Man, it's so close. I'm removing it, guys. So close, the idea is correct, but the issue, the concern now is that it's seeing its creates low wick. If it was to now continue bullish, we don't need for it to pop back down and break its own low. If it did break its own low, I believe there's a good chance it could push down further. So I've removed the limit order. There's a good chance this thing won't even pull back to tap in. But I consider a market execute around the body of this candle, just in case it rejects to that point. And guys, you need to be really technical with it. And that will give you a much better stop as well. I'll give you about 70 pip stop. Yeah, I've removed it. Just didn't want it to flip back bullish at that point. So what's the open of that bearish candle? 47.09.34. That'll give me a much better stop. I may go with that, guys. Just because, again, if we do break our own low here, I do believe there's a chance it's going to pull back a little bit further into this candle. It may reject the high of it, but probabilities would suggest, again, seeing it create a low wick, pop up to create an upper wick. Does break its own low again, it's likely going to make more of a pullback, or it may bounce. So that's where I'm going to now look for the entry. Either way, it's still want to tagged in. So if it does pop up now, it's not like it's, oh shit, should have entered, because it didn't even tag in, so there was no entry. Designated survivor, 4708. Just above it is where I now place the limit on 4709.34. Back on the body would be the delayed M5. Yeah, I'm not. The M5 is a little bit lower down from what I can see, man. Unless it just depends on your chart. Maybe it's a bit different. You've probably got that as bullish. So yeah, yeah, I get what you mean. You're probably looking at that as the pause, and that's probably bullish in your broker chart. Correct, yep. But it immediately are bouncing. This happens a bit with the interruption where it gets close, but it doesn't quite tap in, and then it makes the move. I mean, if it did tag in, I'd definitely be a break even by now. Obviously didn't, so I'm not worrying about that. Making a move. It's like another thing I always say, it's like fine-tuning TV. Like one of those old tube TVs, and you fine-tune it, you slightly under-press or over-press, and you get that bit of static. You can't get that perfect picture. How trading is to me, I want perfection. There is no such thing as actual perfection, because that means you have 100% win rate. But perfection in accordance to my trading and what I look for. I want it to be absolutely perfect before I take an entry. This is all. So again, irrespective, guys, it never tapped in to that candle. Got close. It's gonna remove it, guys. It's just, that's the move.
and method. Would have been, but it didn't trigger in. So I did have the order set, but I had to remove it. What do you do? Straight. No need to stress it. There's always opportunities. We've already had a successful day on the charts anyway, so we'll always be back as well with my team later. I'll still stick around for a bit here. Who knows, something might still present in between. Not looking as likely now. That was what I was really wanting to see price happen. But at least you guys get to see what I mean by that particular entry. It's the entry we take probably the most now. We took it on Monday and we took the continuation zone to zone sell along with the interruption. So 2 entries on that trade. But again, you guys at least get to learn and see why we look for these entries and how effective they can be.
Hello.
How's it going, mate?
Yeah.
All good?
Yeah.
Nice one. Any trades so far today?
Yes. I took one on my indicator earlier.
Nice one.
The indicator gave 2 winning trades today, but one was at 6 a.m. So
Oh, really?
yeah. I was just doing shopping. I was in the grocery store just before I was going to take the 30-minute IC, but I decided not to because I was about to shop. It freaking tapped and went.
Oh man, what's that?
I was about to enter that one. I was going to enter it. I was walking into the shopping center, but I didn't.
Oh god. This is where I need an alert thing to check the different time frames.
Yeah, I'm getting alert. I'm getting all alerts and all the time frames now for that indicator. The other one's not working properly for alerts.
Oh man. That would have had no drawdown as well. Very, very little drawdown. Maybe 10 pips. It's the only thing with it because it's pretty much valid any time frame upwards of the 15-minute.
I was a little bit skeptical on that massive injection work, but yeah, it basically tapped it and went to that, broke the high.
It's just remembering to check the other time frames. That's the thing.
So I've got alert now. It's going to give me alerts for 15, 30, 1 hour, and 2 hour and 4 hour.
Oh mate, that's what you need. Unreal. No, I got the one earlier though, the 1 hour one here. That reacted quite well. Had about, I think by end around close to 100 pips. I think it was around 80 or 90.
I think I took a 15-minute sell around there too. I think after you took yours.
Yep.
Or something. I don't remember. I think I took an IC. You took the hourly one. I think I took a 15.
Nice one. Just there.
Because yeah, that hourly doesn't show on mine. Mine's actually got a bearish candle after that.
Alright.
1 hour.
No, these are nice markets.
Yeah.
Made sure of it. Otherwise, you're looking at it, you don't know. It's not there on your broker's chart. You can't really take it because you're not sure of the actual correct level.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes. I'm on stream. I can't work out because it's not there technically on my chart.
And I don't know why IC markets are delayed here on TradingView. 2-minute delay. I wonder if it's the case if you got the paid version.
Well, I think that is that one market open. Yeah, that was market open candle on here, so mine would have been delayed. So mine shows as a bearish candle, and in fact, it's probably a bullish candle. So I didn't get
the time.
Candle there.
It's 2 minutes out on IC markets. You look it up on TradingView. Oh man, again 30. I start to need you guys to send me the signals. Honestly, damn, how did we miss the 30-minute one? It's like every single day I look at my phone. I've got my phone waiting there, waiting for someone to say there's an interruption here, there's an interruption there. Just lucky I happened to be on the charts today myself.
Yeah, I haven't really been purely focused on them lately, but now it's good. I'll get an alert for every IC candle now.
Yeah, it's better. Definitely helps if you can.
I don't have to watch them. I can focus on other stuff, trying to get these other alerts to work.
Yep.
No.
This one got so close.
It looks like it.
Got within about.
Oh yeah, I probably would have just missed out on getting triggered.
Got within about 6 pips.
Yeah, I'm usually above the candle wick a little bit, but I probably would have missed me due to the.
Yeah. Well, I had an entry set for there. Then when this started to shift back bullish, set an entry for the body in case it rejected, broke its own low again, come back down a bit further. But after flipping back bearish briefly, it popped straight up again, so I've removed that order too. Because I do find that if it's close to being triggered in, but it doesn't trigger in, and then the new candle takes off, if it pulls back,
It will come down a bit deeper.
yeah, and it comes back to break its own low again, it tends to drop deeper.
Mm.
In this case, it's just not pulled back, it's continued. So I think that probably the way I'll play it moving forward, to be honest, though, it's probably something I'll need to edit in the course as well. This sort of scenario where it's so close but doesn't quite tap in and it pops up and pops back down again, you're probably better off looking for an entry a bit more. Alright, closed. Strong bullish but lower high, lower low, so there's still nothing. Half in a minute, guys. Close on 2 entries, but you get triggered.
In 2.5 hours, we might have a 4-hour.
Yeah,
IC.
yep, I mentioned that too. Looks good. Especially, see, I'm not bothered by that on the 4-hour because this to me is still a catalyst because it's closed well and truly above the bodies and well into the
If it
weeks.
closes up somewhere where it is now.
Yeah, for sure. Even if it's a little bit higher, then by all means it's valid. So the trader was looking for longs, got close 2 times being triggered into some orders, but didn't quite get triggered, and now just waiting.
Yeah,
what
I
that
was
could be a play.
I was in at this low and I exited early. Where that 15-minute IC is down the bottom.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was in down the bottom there with a fairly large position.
yeah.
And I think I exited on that IC candle.
This one. Oh, sorry, this
I know.
one.
No, at the low, like the red. Yeah, I was in a buy from below that.
Yeah, from that one. Yeah. Where did you exit? At the resistance.
No, I didn't enter on the IC. I entered on my indicator.
Oh, right.
Probably about where the body of that IC candle is.
Oh, okay.
I probably exited near the top of it.
Oh, okay, so you entered on this candle, you mean?
No, I think probably on the IC candle. Would have been in the 5 minute.
Oh, it's on the actual pause candle itself, you mean?
Yeah, it would have been because I was on the 5 minute chart with the indicator.
Oh, okay. You got a signal, your indicator within this candle, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I was in at 75, 74, 75.
Nice one, mate. I mean, that would have been a good entry too, that interruption.
And I exited, I think, near the top of that IC.
Yeah.
Then it rejected back, and I was like, oh, that was a good exit.
Yeah.
Kept going up. I was like, because I meant to hold it for 100 pips, but I didn't. I exited early. So
Yeah, it's both just about trusting indicator on that.
Stats. And
Yeah, that once you accumulate enough stats, you will trust it. I mean, it's promising, very, very promising. You know,
easily made the 100 pips there. Obviously, made it before it even rejected back down.
Okay. Yeah,
would close freaking 50 pips or less than 50 pips.
Would have looked at that one. Probably this sort of situation would have looked to market execute probably because it's a little bit too close to the high. May have waited for it to pop back a little bit further. I'm not sure though.
Yeah,
pushing your gold.
Heap of good trades aside, but yeah, as soon as I had that entry, I actually exited also because I had to go.
Oh, okay.
I've only just gotten back. There's like freaking all these IC entries and stuff. Dang it.
Yep. As per the usual. Hour of plenty. Alright, what's to the left of that? It's been pretty clean actually. Alright. Could it be zone bias?
Could be an M30 IC too. Just push it up.
Oh yeah? Jeez, thank you. That's 30 minutes away. Could present. The zone to zone could present. What I do like about it is with triggering sellers at levels, I don't have to worry about coming from the Asian range low or anything. It's pretty wise stop, but you can use the first wise to close above and then low wick. But taps into, so guys, what I'm looking at is if maybe this presents, this candle can close something like that. Close above the zone into clean traffic, new candle pops down. It can tap in towards the low of the zone. I'd be happy to place my stop loss below the entry. And buy stop high of the catalyst candle. And it's what I call the zone to zone trade. So potentially that could present. Just got
basically be an
Sorry,
early entry on the M30 too.
Yeah, the M30 will
basically be an early entry on that M30 also.
Yeah, the M30 would be fantastic to be honest. I have to pretty much get going and turn this out. I've got to pick up another one at 3:30, so that's 55 minutes from now. I'll probably stick around till then, just see if it does present anyway. The Googles, yeah, it's what happens sometimes, mate. Plan was perfect and so close within about 6 pips, but bounced off it. It's a nice survivor, it definitely has reacted. Yeah, not much we can do at the minute, guys. Just wait for closures now. This thing's pumpy. Alright, we still may have a delayed interruption in 15 as well here. Alright, that's good. I will look for that. Delayed interruption in 15 here. It's just below that zone, so there's definitely a good level where price could pull back to. It's going to be a wide stop. You'd have to be able to probably manage it by using the bullish candle. If it breaks the low, probably cut the majority. That'll be a bit of a drawdown. We'll see. It just depends on your risk tolerance as well, but that would be around 50% itself. Wins a clean traffic here on gold. Look at this thing go. Yeah, it's pure breakout at the moment. That is very impulsive, to be honest. It's come from well below the resistance. For me, that's definitely not a trade I would take. But I know some of you would, and some of you probably did, so well done. But for me, that's come from way too far below. Has to come from within the zone first of all. And have buys from 36, 37. Looking at potentially 32.70 or whatever it is. I would better check it my broker's chart. $32.66. Yeah, so I'll wait for these candles to close and I'll likely be seeing a buy stop order. Buy limit, sorry, not stop. So it has to definitely close above though. Last thing you want is for it to close back in the zone or blow it. Blow it, it's not going to be an interruption. And it's pulling back. We'll see, we've still got 3 and a bit minutes. Let's see if we can close
push back bullish. I'm happy limit buys 35, stop loss 25. But that's fair enough. Still could get it. Alright, that's 2 minutes. Let's see. We want to close well and truly above here. And then we possibly could have a limit order buy at this bearish candle. So 32.66 is what I've mentioned. There's the high on my brokerage chart. 47.3266. Sorry, 47.3266. This, first of all, this has to close well and truly above. Closes where it's at now, I can get it. Not interested. It'll be a 30-minute. Is what you'd be waiting on. I'll stick around to see if it presents. Prepare to call it. I'm not sure if I can stay on for it though, because I need to go pick up my little man from school. First day of summer school. Camel collapse, 1 minute left, close call. Yeah, it's not going to happen on the 15 anyway. Doesn't want to give us an A+ setup. Gets close a few times, but just the last minute, it goes the opposite way to where we want to go for the most part. So yeah, it's trading, but it's realizing that, knowing that probably isn't the best time to get involved, just accepting it. So at the moment, the 15 is closing well and truly below the resistance, so there's nothing I can do on the 15. So far, it's showing signs of rejection. There's no interest to the downside here. Still no confirmation of resistance. To the downside, what would I want to see? To be honest, I'd love for it to maybe consolidate a bit just here without really dropping far. A bit like this, and then wait for a bearish engulfing blow minus support formed, and back of that potentially sell it. Otherwise, there really isn't much when it comes to the sells at the minute. It's very bullish. Got the 4 hour potentially flipping the structure as well. And that to me looks really good. As far as any potential interruption in just over 2 hours from now, on the 4 hour looks really good. Let's see on the minor time frame what that lines up with. Previous little resistance. It's the 30-minute, I'm not mistaken, yeah, 30-minute interruption. Yeah, I didn't like that one because the fact it tapped in on the 15, but had I looked at the 30, 30's valid every day of the week. Oh. should be all good to go. Alright guys, later, similar to yesterday. Kind of just play you want to jump on. Who knows, we might be able to get a hold of that 4-hour interruption. You guys, you know your responsibility though between whenever the stream ends and whenever the 4-hour closes. If it does give us the signal, someone needs to mention it. I'll likely be distracted by the little man or something.
I should be on for a bit, so I'll ping a few messages. Figure it out.
Nice. Yeah, nice one. At least then I can know, check my phone. Or even jump on if it's listen to the MI open.
Yeah, I tried to run a strategy so I could backtest the IC candle, but I could not get the coding right to friggin' trade it the way I want to trade it.
Oh, right. That's
So
what
I couldn't really
we're
test it.
wanting to do, and almost had a shitty version of it, which didn't work properly.
Yeah, I'll probably need to try again. I'd get it eventually, but yeah, the fucking coding's just way off. Like it's not even getting close to what I want. I've written almost 20 different strategy and IC friggin' codes over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, imagine.
In my head. Just trying to get to a point where I can rely on alerts.
Yep. But once you can, make a world of difference.
Yes, hopefully eventually I'll come up with a strategy that works out all the IC entries for us and I can give some data on it.
Yeah, just like a bot.
Well, now I've got Premium, TradingView Premium. I can backtest it.
Yep.
Over a few months or years or whatever. Once I get some type of strategy working, I want it.
That sounds good, mate. Nice one. We did have one in the making, but again, it's just never heard back from a particular company at the time. They sent us a beta version of it, and oh shit, it was. At least they tried. It was really wasn't correct. Like it was securing profit like 2 pips in some cases. Yeah, I was supposed to get back to me and ask me to record exactly what I want done, which I did, but they never bloody got back to me. That was last October or so, in November, so I don't think they get back to me. Oh, rejecting here. I mean, if we close back within the Asian range, there's a good chance for coming down, to be honest. Just what's the entry point in a minute? What's that look like on 15? Yeah, that's likely the best entry point. Don't have margin though. You've got really small margin. You want it to close low. Sorry, mate?
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, Justin. So there's a message there on Financial Juice about the Strait of Hormuz. It will not be opened, so therefore there is.
Oh, really? It will be open.
Not be opened.
Will not be open. Let's see if it's.
Therefore.
Yeah, here.
Financial Juice.
Same here too. not be open. We have not conducted any negotiations. We're not conducting. So that's coming from Iran.
And therefore, there's the move to the downside on the majors.
Yeah,
And the
so I'm
dollar is
assuming
going up.
from the US dollar.
Yeah, correct.
That's the thing. Trump's just, for the most part, from what it sounds like, just talking through his backside, really. Because they
Maybe he's
keep coming
talking
out.
by his own.
Well, they keep coming out saying the opposite, that he's full of it. They're not talking at all to him about negotiating. It's ridiculous. I know they're still letting certain anchors through, because I know Thailand confirmed they got one through. I think China's been getting them through as well. Like we spoke about, I don't think any of the European nations and Australia, UK and that will be that keen on getting involved, to be honest. I think it's basically going to be the US and the other Arab states around Iran. Well, this isn't much fun. To do next. I reckon this is what, if I was looking for sales, I reckon this is what I'd be doing. Drawing in this zone. And I'd want a bit of support to form again at this level. I'll use an iron tape. And then wait for a close below. And then you've got that to target 46.80 roughly, 46.85 probably, around that point. That's sales wise, that's what I'll probably be looking for. Otherwise,
Justin, can you
still advise above and advise below. Sorry?
Sorry to interrupt.
No,
Can you
all
do me a favor? When was the news coming out on this clinch website?
Well, it's saying just now, but let me refresh it because 6 minutes ago.
Okay, so 9:49. Okay. I was
Same
only
time.
comparing with the
Oh,
website
how quick it is.
of financial juice. So it was then 5 minutes ago.
It's pretty much the exact same time.
Yeah, a little bit earlier.
Yeah, well, I've already checked my Google account, so you gotta somehow scam me or whatever. It's too late now, so I'm happy to have it up here. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking at, guys. Otherwise, I'd just wait for it to pop back above. A close above now would be even better, to be honest. Even if not an interruption, just zone to zone, because you've rejected it multiple times. So if you finally can close above it, there's a good chance we're heading back up to where the next resistance is. Yeah, so otherwise, let it maybe bounce again, form a little bit of support, pop below. Highs from lower down, that's pretty much what I'd be looking at. If it does close below, similar to what I mentioned to the upside, you want it to create decent upper wick. So if, for instance, in the next 3 and a bit minutes it does that, you want to create the upper wick, deep into the zone, rejecting support, and you'd have to trust that as your stop loss. So my stop loss is way too wide. Entry below the catalyst candle low. So close a few times today, but unfortunately not quite. So it is what it is. But alright guys, I might get moving. CMT is not going to close where I want it to close. And I'll be back with you guys later, so take care.
Yeah, maybe I will not be there
Yeah,
today.
no worries mate. If you are, great, not all good. But
And to have to go to the doctor. Okay, enjoy the time.
yep, cheers mate. And to the rest of you guys, thank you.
Cheers.
Catch you guys after. YouTube, TikTok, apologies, what can you do? Capital preservation, so personally it's been a good day anyway. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. Let's have a good one then.
Trade safe, don't do anything stupid. Big day news wise. So take care, guys. Till tomorrow. Cheers. Bye.